Good afternoon. I'm Paul Rigda, Superintendent of the Elyria Schools. To my right is Mayor Grace, and to my left is Captain Jekyll. We're here this afternoon to talk about the recent rash of bomb threats that are being called into not only Elyria High School, but schools all over the county, but particularly about Elyria High School. Before I start, I would like to thank all of the media that are here today to hear this conference and to ask questions of us later. I appreciate your interest in the Elyria schools. We will stop this broadcast so that the students can hear what we have to say, and then we will answer your questions as they are making the tape for the students. First of all, for students and staff, I thank you from my heart on how you conducted yourself during these bomb threats, during the evacuations. You've done everything that we've asked you to do. You've been strong, you've been supportive. We're very proud of you in the way you've conducted yourselves, and we do thank you for that. You've handled this in a very positive way and the best way you could under these conditions. And as I've said, it's not unique simply to Elyria, it's all over the county, and we need to address this. We need to hit this head on. This is a very stressful time, I understand, for you, both as staff and as students. You are expected to go out into the cold, you don't have a chance to get your coat, you don't know what's going on, it's very stressful. You're going out into the community to a place where your teachers have asked you to go, and then you have to wait patiently while they go through the building to determine that it's safe for you to return. The special needs students that are affected by this, our heart goes out to you. We'll do everything we can to keep you safe, and thank you again, students, as you've helped us move these students to safe harbor. Your safety is foremost in our mind. We want you to be safe. Up to now, we've been able to keep the school open and still believe that you are safe. But we do have to end this. We cannot continue to keep the school open if these calls continue to come in. If we have to close school, it is very likely that we will either have to cut spring vacation short or go to school this summer. Because of this difficult winter, we've had to close the school already 4 times. The state only allows us that number. So if we continue to have to close school, we have to make up that time. So I say to you, students, if you know who these individuals are, if you have any way of knowing, if you have any way, Captain Jekyll will come back, and when he's talking, he will give you a number to call. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you want to go to one of your administrators here in the school, one of your teachers, please give them any information that you have. This is affecting us across all levels. For you seniors, I feel bad for you in terms of me talking about the fact that you may have to have an extended year. We have spring break is the least of our concern, but if we have to go there, we will. It's the seniors that I'm most concerned about in terms of making sure that we get you graduated on time and that we have your ceremony on time. I need your help. The community needs your help. If you have any information about who these individuals are, please come forward. It is perfectly all right for you to do that. Come forward to someone that you know and that you trust that work in this building or the number that you will hear about later, and let's bring these people to where we have them in custody. I would like to ask Mayor Grace if he has anything he would like to say to you as well.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rigda. What I want to make very clear is that this is a serious matter. For those that may have made these calls, they may think they're perpetrating some prank or something harmless. This is very serious. There are serious consequences to this. We've had to deploy our police department, members of our fire department. We have to disrupt our entire public service safety operations to respond to such threats. And we do treat this as a serious threat. Fellow students here at the school, you recognize the seriousness of this while you're sitting out in the cold while the building is being searched. And we have special staff within our police department and fire department that are searching the building, and it's taking away valuable resources from taking care of other serious investigations throughout our community. So this is there are serious ramifications for this. Captain Jekyll from our police department will speak here in a moment to talk about the seriousness of this as well. But to the community and to your parents, understand that the schools, Superintendent Rigda, Mrs. Quinn, the principal, and the city, and the police department, and my staff, we're working continuously here to try to determine who perpetrated these calls, who's responsible for this. We will find out who's responsible. We have important information that will help us determine this person. As Mr. Rigda described, any additional information that you have available to let a school official know of this, you can contact the police department, the mayor's office, wherever you feel comfortable to convey that information. So this is very serious. Unfortunately, this is nothing, it's not unique to the city of Elyria. This is happening around the county and, of course, around the country. But we have to take every call like this very serious, as we are. So any information that you may have on this, we need you to contact the proper authorities, schools or the police department. Captain Jekyll, he is one of the leaders of our police department. Our police chief is unable to join us here in this conference. He's on a conference out of town. But Captain Jekyll is the responsible party within our police department. He can speak to you again about the seriousness of what is taking place here.
Thank you, Mayor Grace. I can't overemphasize how serious of a crime this is. It is always called into the police department, and we take every call as a serious threat. We deploy people, we deploy the fire department. We have to prove that this is not credible, and it always takes time. It takes valuable time away from the students and from our officers. In the future, when this person is caught or persons are caught, we'll be facing crimes of inducing panic, making false alarms, and again, this could be punishable by jail time or a fine, depending on what court they go to, Elyria Municipal Court, Common Pleas Court, or Juvenile Court. Again, once these things are called in, these false alarms are called in, they're taken seriously, and again, it's taken away from our valuable resources, the manpower. We have a limited amount of detectives working, but they always have things to do, always have important cases to investigate, and doing things like this, even though it's important, it takes away from the truly important cases that we're trying to solve. If anyone has any information about these threats that are being made at Elyria High School, I offer you this phone number, 323-3302. It's the emergency line of the Elyria Police Department. It's answered 24 hours a day. Anybody with information, please call this number, and your call will be routed to the right person.
Thank you, Mayor Grace. Thank you, Captain Jekyll. As we close this, before we open the questions for the press and the media here today, one last appeal to you as students. Someone out there, some one of you knows who's doing this. Please come forward, do the right thing.